Turkey came into my life in a very odd way. Most people ask me, oh, what's his name? Well, there wasn't any one man, or there wasn't any one particular event, other than I was a student in studying architectural history in Paris at the Ecole du Louvre, and I was a little bored one day in class. It was dark in this big amphitheater, and on the screen came a slide of a building like I had never seen before in my life, and you as an architect can understand what stones can convey, and I just was mesmerized by this building. I had no idea what it was when I heard the professor say, voici, nous avons le Gök Madrasa of Sivas, and I had no idea where Sivas was. I had no idea what a madrasa was. But I ran to the library afterwards and found out, and I made a vow to myself that I wanted to go to Turkey to see this building, which I couldn't believe existed. I mean, it was this big, powerful building with very forceful big rocket tower minarets and very delicate carving on the facade. And I also wanted to see what kind of a culture could have built this type of architecture so strong and so powerful, much like Romanesque architecture in Europe. And I was a young and fearless girl of 20, and off I went to visit Sivas that next summer. And that started, I saw that building and fell in love with it all over again. And that was the start of a life history with Turkey, studying its architecture and also going back each year to do research. And that was the start of it.
A very pretty work that we see here with tulips. Well, Turkish coffee is famous, and we will hear about it. There are two houses in every Gertrude Stein once said, "America is my country, and Paris is my hometown." So I suppose I could say that America, France, and Turkey are my countries, and America, France, and Turkey are my countries, and New York, Paris, and Istanbul are my hometowns. I've been traveling to Turkey for over 35 years now, and have become more and more attached to this country with each visit. And since I come to know Turkey so well, I was encouraged to write down some of my experiences, and the result is this book, Yes, I Would Love Another Glass of Tea, published last year in English and in Turkish.
Tea did not really enter into my life. I named the book, Yes, I Would Love Another Glass of Tea, just because I believe that tea symbolizes all that Turkey is. But the book is not about tea. A lot of people think that the book is, I'm telling the story of tea and I'm giving funny tea stories and things like that. The book is about the Turkish people. The book is about, I talk about many of the aspects of Turkish culture that have enchanted me and also enriched me. And I discovered after I had after I had written the book, that there was one overarching theme in the whole thing, and that was, this presence of tea. And so I started thinking about how that little small glass of tea symbolized so many of the things that I talked about in the book. And I made a presentation about it at a lecture I gave in California in October. It was filmed afterwards and went on the internet. So ever since then, I've been kind of associated with the spokesperson for tea. But really, I'd like to be the spokesperson for the country of Turkey and its wonderful people. I have received letters from all over the world. I mean, I never expected this. This is my first brush with this type of thing. But I received letters from everywhere, from Turks living abroad, from Turks living in Turkey, from Turks living in America, from people who have traveled to Turkey, all kinds of people, and they're always very different. I would say the most touching letters that I have received have been from Turkish Americans, who maybe came to this country when they were very young and never lived in Turkey. They have, Ana and Baba who are Turks and they speak Turkish, but they don't have that hook of what is really Turkish culture. And so I received several letters from young Turkish Americans who wrote me. One of them really, really touched me, that said, "I thank you for your book. I now understand my mother and father." Because she just did not understand this whole sense of pride that the Turks feel and where they come from, this whole sense of unity and of the family, this sense of honor that they share, this overarching need for respect and politeness, having grown up in America. And so she understands her parents better. That was the only letter I needed to receive about the book.
Turkish tea is peaceful. A glass of tea is offered in all circumstances. When you walk into a shop, in an office, in a home, and as such is a little gesture of peace. It bestows a gesture of grace unto others.
Turkish people are a very warm and loving and generous people, just like this tea that they drink, this tea that they are constantly offering you, this tea that is ubiquitous. It's all over the country, and it's just a symbol of everything that they seek to give to the world. It's a gesture of peace. It's a gesture of friendship, and that's the way I think Turkey operates in this world, and I hope will continue to operate as a key player in the world political scene of the future.
To paraphrase the great 13th century poet Rumi, it says, "Come, let us get to know each other in a bit of time it takes for us to sip this tea together." It says, "Come, let us take time from our busy business of our days and slow down a bit." It says, "Come, let us share a glass of tea, and perhaps we will be both warmed not only by it, but by a new friendship made." It says, "Come, let us make life warm for ourselves." So that's why I named my book, "Yes, I Would Love Another Glass of Tea."
My next book will be coming out next spring, inshallah. As they say in Turkish, you can never announce something until it happens. It is a historical novel, and it will take place in Turkey.